Hey, I understand you came through with flying colors on that last case. Can't guarantee you anything so flashy, but we do have a victim. Assault and battery, en route to the hospital. Scene's already been compromised. Paramedics all over the place, but they had their job to do and we have ours. First officer says the building manager lists the tenants as an unmarried cohabitating couple, Shane and Connie. Reports no eyewitness, but neighbors heard loud arguing and then a scream, and maybe a gunshot. Cool bug. If you catch it, I'm sure Grissom would love to see it. Damage done by the bullet appears to be recent. See the direction these drops are pointing? Follow the arrow. Blood drops heading out this door. Elongated shape suggests the person was moving quickly. Door wasn't broken in. Neither was the window. Either she let someone in, or they had a key. You want a different tool for that. There's some sort of material on this bullet. Maybe it passed through something? Things got rough. It's a lot of blood for the victim living through the attack. We need to check this sheet for trace evidence. Fibers from the perp's clothing. Lots of transfer during an attack. Quantity of blood suggests an attack with a sharp object, consistent with a knife. This may provide Shane some company on that suspect list. Phone off the nightstand. Blood smearing indicates Vic slid off the bed. Who was looking for what here? Vic looking for a weapon? Perp after valuables? Here's the happy couple. If our Vic is Connie, we need to notify Shane. No need mentioning that stats put him automatically on top of the suspect list.
Hey, it's Sarah calling. Brass said to tell you that Connie Roth, the Vic, has been taken to Schuyler Progressive Hospital. Sidle out.
Schuyler Hospital, huh? That's my old alma mater, where Lindsay made her debut. We can head there now, or keep processing at the scene. Your call. Nurse says our Vic is in critical condition, but likely will stabilize. Rape kit was run, and no sexual activity is indicated. Not tonight, anyway. Seems Connie is pregnant. Interesting note on her chart. 2 years ago, she was a bone marrow donor for a young child in Spain. HLA tissue matches are rare among Caucasians. The world needs more good donors. Wounds are consistent with a knife attack. More than a few landed right to the chest. We don't have permission for this. Yet. This is fine-grade wool, often used to make clothing, like men's suits. Just an hour before the assault, our Vic got a call from an Eve. Let's have Sarah take a crack at the names on this call history. Maybe we can turn a lead. Connie's a cocktail waitress at the Hot Rod Hotel Casino. Shane's employed there as well as a casino host. He's on probation at the casino, though it's not stated why. He does have one DUI, but no other criminal record. This area is set aside for high rollers, not really designed to be CSI friendly. And casinos are very fussy about allowing searches without a warrant, so for now, it's meet and greet time with our top suspect. Excuse me, are you Shane?
That's right. Aren't you Catherine Willows with the crime lab?
That's right. My partner and I need a few moments of your time. Mind if we start with a question or two?
Well, it's serious. Committed. We live together, and I guess you could say we're engaged. She's a waitress here, but it's not against casino policy. Listen, what's this about? Around 8:45 at the apartment, leaving for work? I'm not liking the sound of this. Is Connie all right? What the hell is wrong, Miss Willows?
Shane, Connie is in critical condition at Skylar Progressive. Multiple stab wounds.
I need to see her. I need to see her now. You should have told me immediately. Someone should have called. You'll have to excuse me.
We'll give you a lift. Hospital's our next stop.
Horrible. Terrible. She's the greatest girl. Who the hell could have done this vicious thing?
We're working on finding out. You can help by answering a few questions.
Of course. Anything. Yes. Like I said, I left for the casino around 8:45 p.m. and before that I was home. Sleep most of the day. Well, you know all about working night shift. Did we? Well, yes, I suppose we did. Connie's been after me since we first moved in together to, well, tie the knot. Not exactly hard in this town, right? But I want us to be set financially before we do. Have enough for our own home and a real marriage. Of course I was. And that's another bone of contention. Here she is, preggers, and I'm saying, wait till we're ready. But you gotta understand, I work around wealth, constantly surrounded by it, and then come home to a ratty little apartment. I deserve better. Connie deserves better. We deserve better. It must be some random thing. Some druggie who broke in looking for money, because Connie is a sweetheart. Making friends comes easy to her. That's why she's so good at her job. Eve? No, that doesn't ring a bell. I know all of her girlfriends, I think, and there's no Eve. Of course, she meets tons of people at work, so... Gun? Hell no, that's not our style. Not mine, and certainly not Connie's. Bullet in the wall. My God, what happened in our place anyway? If there was a bullet hole in a wall in there, I never saw it. Was it painted over or something from some other tenant?
Probably Sarah again.
Hey, remember that Eve on the cell phone? Well, this Eve's no girl. Shorthand for Everett. As in Everett Brower, the Texas Energy King? As in multimillionaire Everett Brower? And guess who's one of the high rollers in town? Sidle out.
So, Sarah says it's Everett Brower, huh? I remember him. Got big play in the media when he married a foxy young thing who could have been his granddaughter, but wasn't. We can head over whenever you're ready.
Well, of course she does. He's a regular customer of mine. How has his name come up? I can't think. It strikes me as odd. He's always been fond of Connie and somewhat, well, flirtatious. Harmless, really, but he finally stopped paying so much attention to her. No, out of respect to his new wife, Nicole. She didn't appreciate her husband paying attention to an attractive waitress, and who can blame her? No problem. Whatever it takes to get this creep.
Mr. Brower? Catherine Willows with the Las Vegas Crime Lab. Thank you for seeing us. My partner and I have a few questions for you.
I'm always anxious to lend support to law enforcement. If you doubt me, just ask your sheriff about my contributions to his campaign. This is my lovely wife, Nicole. But you've probably seen her on television and in the tabloids.
Whatever.
Now, just how can I be of assistance? Certainly I know her. Her significant other, Shane, is our host here at the casino, and Connie works as a waitress. Very efficient, pleasant girl.
You called her? He was probably calling for Shane. My loving husband knows that if he went around ringing up sluts like Connie Roth, I'd suffocate him in his sleep.
Darling, please. She's a jealous little thing. You'll have to forgive her.
Lucky for you, Nicole, that Connie wasn't suffocated last night. But she was stabbed.
Stabbed? Listen, that was BS before. I don't love the woman, but I would never stoop to violence.
Excuse me, I'm more than willing to cooperate, but I must ask, why have you come here? Do you consider me a suspect? Because if that's the case, I really would prefer legal representation to be present.
These are routine questions.
Well now, fraternizing is an unpleasant word with unpleasant connotations. Now my wife is correct. I was calling for Shane, who is my official liaison with the casino. I have both their cell numbers and Connie's reception is superior to his. All very innocent, Miss Willows. Nothing earth-shaking. I wanted to request Shane send out for a rather exotic brand of bourbon that I've been wanting to sample. He does all varieties of tiny little courtesies for me of that nature. Now, I'm sure you'll consider me a hypocrite, but my corporation does have its limits. I believe heartily in the privacy of the individual citizen, and if you want to search my premises, you'll need a reason that doesn't just convince me, but a judge.
This? Just a little cut from a glass I broke. Taking some medicine. Clumsy of me, but honestly, for all the money we spend at this place, you might think they provide decent glassware. Listen, when I called her a slut before, I was just talking. When we first came here, after our honeymoon, I was jealous of the attention Everett paid Connie. I mean, he knew her before he knew me. Since I made my displeasure known, Everett's made a point of not flirting with her. And Connie's been fine. Very friendly, but just businesslike with my husband. She and I are, what's the word? Cordial. What happened to her anyway? She all right? I certainly don't wish her ill. And I really do hope you find the person responsible. I'll make sure Everett sends flowers. As well as you ever know the help. He's very attentive to Everett's needs, and mine for that matter. Whatever you ask of him, he does with a smile. You know, I really wouldn't mind personally, but my husband has a thing about privacy. He hates it that I'm in the media all the time. Anyway, no DNA without a warrant. Sorry.
Hey guys, I ran a full background check on the Vic. Interested?
You bet.
Lived in Vegas most of her life. Cocktail waitress for several years now. Top on her line, premium shifts, high roller venues.
Which opens doors on all kinds of suspects. Any criminal record?
One shoplifting offense when she was 16, but ever since she's been clean. Made a mistake early on. Straightened out, it seems.
No surprise, one felony in the casino can't hire you. Thanks, Sarah. So, it was Shane who left us that trail of blood.
I'll see what I can do. Check back. He's on his way to interrogation now.
Nothing to tell. I told you all of it. Same as always. Pressure on me to marry her, make an honest woman of her. I keep telling her, when I carry her across the threshold, it'll be a real one, not some cheap apartment. Sure I am. My God, don't you people get it? I want to find this sick bastard more than you do. Trail of... Oh. Oh my God, I can see how bad this looks, but honest, hell, it really did slip my mind. I was storming out of there, all pissed off, and must have scraped my damn elbow on something. Didn't notice it was bleeding till I was out in the car.
You're right. It does look bad.
Yeah, gives me plenty of time. And with us arguing, I was glad for the excuse.
Casino manager says you showed up 20 minutes late for your shift. What happened to having plenty of time?
I already told you, I had a bloody elbow. I stopped at a drugstore and bought some bandages and went out to the car and cleaned up, wrapped it up. And frankly, I used the time to cool down. I have to be presentable in my job. The customers I deal with are important people.
Or did you argue with Connie and things got out of hand? So you got some clothing from the car, came back, and stabbed her. Then it took a while to get cleaned up afterwards. So you were late for your shift.
You think I would try to kill Connie? The woman I'm gonna marry? Then you're sick. As sick as the son of a bitch responsible for this tragedy.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything. Got some good news. Connie pulled through. Nurses say she's recovering well, eating and talking. Might want to head down to the hospital before visiting hours are up.
Yes, thank you. I feel a little out of it. I'll try. It's kind of a blur, but I remember Shane and me. We had a bad fight. Argument, I mean. And he ran out, really angry with me. I started crying and must have flopped on the bed, fell asleep. Next thing I know, somebody in black is hovering over me like I'm having a nightmare. Only I'm awake. And he has a knife, and it's slashing and cutting, and it hurts. But I fight back, and then he runs out. Not really. Covered head to toe in a black stocking mask and sweatshirt, I guess. And pants. But it must have been Everett. It's just a feeling I have. An impression. But beyond that, he knows we keep a spare key outside. He was kind enough to drive me home once when I was sick. I had forgotten my keys at the casino and he saw me use the spare. Of course, I didn't think anything of it. Never mind, this is crazy. I shouldn't have said anything.
Neighbors heard a gunshot, which we've confirmed by a bullet lodged in the wall of your apartment. We didn't find a gun, though. Do you have one?
Actually, yes. Shane doesn't know about it. He doesn't approve of firearms. But sometimes I'm alone in that apartment, hours at a time, and you can see needing protection is no joke. Anyway, I went for the gun in my nightstand drawer after I pushed the attacker away. I fired at the figure. Don't know if I got him or not. I don't have a license for it, and Shane's against them, like I said. I was panicked and calling for an ambulance, so much going on. I'm not sure. I think I stuck it behind the nightstand.
We need to compare it against blood found at the scene.
By all means. By all means. A knife, maybe 6 or 7-inch blade, with straight edges. Couldn't see the handle, the color.
Fortunately, the knife entered at a perpendicular angle, causing the ribs to stop further penetration, preventing damage to vital organs such as the heart and lungs. That's how you were able to survive. We're looking for potential trace evidence from your assailant. Blood, fibers, anything.
Please. Nothing. Sorry, everything is a little fuzzy. So much happening.
You've been a big help. We'll check back. In the meantime, if you think of anything else, such as why you think Everett may have been the attacker, please send for us.
That's the CVS test I got back the other day. It's a boy.
Pardon me for asking. That's a risky, expensive procedure.
Well, casino benefits include full medical. I just hope the little guy hangs in there. I thank God he survived the attack.
Connie said the gun was in the bedroom behind the nightstand. Let's take a look. Actually, I'm not surprised. What would have surprised me is if we missed a gun on our initial processing pass.
I should have told you this before, but I remembered wrong. I wasn't trying to deceive you. When I checked my purse earlier, the gun was inside. I must have stuffed it in there when I was all traumatized and bleeding. And the ambulance guys brought the purse along. I'm really sorry. I do remember that clearly. After I was attacked, I managed to get off a shot as the guy was leaving. I couldn't see if I hit him or not. Then the attacker was gone and I just couldn't take pursuit.
Nice work. Let's fire off a round in the ballistics lab. Okay, that's one question answered. Let's move on. I didn't bring this up with Connie, not at this stage of her recovery. But look at this. Take a look at these stab wounds. The direction of entry is upward against the rib cage. Could be self-inflicted, but why would she do that? Suicide attempt? Well, no big shock here. Connie's blood links her to the crime scene, but nobody else's blood except Shane's is turned up. If Shane's not the attacker, the real assailant slashed and flashed that blade without getting a scratch.